when you're working for an agency, you're not taking any risk, any financial risk. So whatever the person who's employed you is taking all the risk. So of course he has to take his cut.
Now, you're saying you wanted to express yourself through design. So there's that bit of expressing yourself, but there's also the part where working in agencies, you have to use your skill to maybe solve a problem for someone. So there's that. I think I can call it a nuance. So how do you differentiate between the two?
Once I joined the industry, that's when I figured out that what I learned in school was super basic. Like it was just an introduction. Like once I started working on real life briefs and dealing with real life clients, it was a bit hard. And I still not try to find that middle ground between my taste and what a client likes. Because sometimes you work with a multinational brand and then you work with a startup, you work with someone in a village, and you have to let them dictate where they want to take their brand. Because already having worked with established brands, you can have that preconception of this is what you need to do, this is where you need to take your brand, but maybe that's not the direction they want to take. So it's a never ending lesson. Like you just keep learning.
True. But 8 years of experience, you said you have 8 years of experience.
7.
Oh, 7, 8. Okay. And that's a lot of years. So you said you're an art director. Who's an art director?
An art director is someone who comes up with creative concepts. So a graphic designer mostly just executes. And a graphic designer doesn't do a lot of concept work. The graphic designer is not responsible for maybe going to client meetings, or you're not, how do I explain it? Like a graphic designer just executes mostly. It's mostly layouts.
I get you.
But an art director level, you have to look at a brief and come up with a concept that solves the problem. So your concept can now be rolled out to different mediums. All
right. And you mentioned that you first started working with agencies. Then you freelanced. So how is it like working within an agency and freelancing?
Mostly it's time management. When you're freelancing, you can do anything, whatever time you want, whichever way you prefer. You can decide I want to work from 3 a.m. to.
So you have that leeway to manage your time vile unajisikia.
So that's the biggest one. And also it's a lot, because when you're freelancing, you become the business. So you have to handle administration work, you have to handle, you're the client service, you're everything.
But when you're writing emails, you say we but you're everything.
You have to front, like you can't, if you want to be taken seriously, that is, and if you're presented yourself as a company. But I don't do that. At the moment I just present myself as an individual. It's hard being a freelancer. It's way harder than being employed and working in an agency.
But I think it has its own fruits, because compare probably working on a project within an agency and working on it as a freelancer. I think there are more benefits working as a freelancer than within an agency. Because how do I say this? Okay, let's say, for example, you have project X. Working within an agency, you don't get the amount that you're supposed to like get the full amount. But working as a freelancer, you get the full amount. But there's also the benefit of working within an agency where you know there's something coming in at the end of the month. But as a freelancer, it's not guaranteed. So there are times where there are 3 months, maybe you have a lot of clients coming in, so you're good, and then they will disappear. So I think there are those differences. So you just have to find a balance and on which one works for you.
When you're working for an agency, you're not taking any risk, any financial risk. So whatever the person who's employed you is taking all the risk. So of course he has to take his cut. Because whatever happens, if clients don't pay, you expect to be paid. And when you're doing it by yourself, you can have the full amount, and then you're going to be the one to follow up with the client. The full amount can come after 6 months. So the risk. I think risk is what defines the two. If you're freelancing, you're taking a lot of risks.
That's true. I've never really thought about it that way. That makes sense. You mentioned you're a multi-faceted designer. Well, so you are skilled in multiple areas. So I'm guessing video editing, photo editing, manipulation, all that. You're okay, that's nice. And then there's also the music side of it. So how do you balance these two?
You can. It's hard. I've never found a balance, to be honest. It's hard. At the moment, I'm even thinking now. I'm thinking about return on investment, how much time I'm spending on things, and what I need to start letting go, because it's hard to do all these things at 100% and grow at the rate I'd want to see the growth. So it's hard. Being it's a gift and a curse. So like I've been tagging along musicians since I started freelancing, and I'm starting to see the industry, how it works. Because what I had was like a fantasy. I was behind the curtain seeing what's being presented to me. But now I've been peeping behind the curtain. I'm seeing how things work. And I've been really reconsidering whether it's the direction I want to take my life.
For music?
Yeah, because it's a lot. Kenya, things don't work the way people think they do. Being famous doesn't translate to you like being paid as much as you should. It's a lot. But it's something I love to do. It's something that helps me decompress. It's like therapy to me. Because being in an agency and dealing with multinational clients can be a lot.
It's a lot.
So music became my way of escaping everything and just living in a bubble for like maybe an hour when I'm making the song or producing.
So it's something you picked up along the way, or you've had it for a long time?
Music was actually my second career choice. I first wanted to be a footballer.
Really? What happened?
I got a knee injury.
What?
And I couldn't play as good. And then right after high school, like in Form 3, I wrote my first song. And then I didn't take it seriously. Form 4, I didn't do anything. And then after high school, I was around friends that were making music. And that reignited it. And that I wanted to go to Australia, do like an audio engineering course. But I couldn't land the scholarship. And without the scholarship, it was too expensive. So I couldn't go. So my second option was design. So I was like, okay, let me try this. And it ended up
working.
Yeah.